Hello YouTube, my name is American Amadeus. We're bringing you another top 5, top 10 list video. Although I don't have one of those on this channel yet, it's our first one. Although on my legacy YouTube channel, I made years ago a top 5 worst NBA players list video that for some reason over the years has gotten so much notoriety as being one of the worst lists ever conceived on YouTube that to this day has over 3 million views and counting now. That's pretty damn insane. So hopefully this video can get the same notoriety as that one over the years. Hopefully it won't take too long. But yeah, sit back, enjoy the ride, put down your torches and pitchforks, put them back in your old medieval times locker room, and yeah, here we go. Coming in at number 5 is a game that many people for some reason hold near and dear to their hearts, and that is World at War. Now let me explain to you why I feel that this game should be considered to be one of the worst games. Because in 2007 we received the most beautiful Call of Duty game ever conceived by the brilliant demigod minds from Infinity Ward COD 4. That game was a complete revolution at the time. The RPG leveling multiplayer system was ingenious. Nobody had ever thought of that back then. It was like a fable that would never ever succeed in real life. It sounded good on paper, but it was doubted to be good in the actual outcome. But look at where it is now. Every single multiplayer game tries to replicate this system. And you top this off with a very solid single player campaign that completely ditches the tired World War II setting and instead goes for a more realistic, scarier, real life modern warfare per se, as the title of the game is called, Modern Warfare. And it brought some genuinely scary moments, like the very feels heavy mission, Shocking Awe, where a nuke goes off in the distance and then your plane crashes and then your soldier slowly crawls towards his death, looking all around him as buildings crumble. That was pretty heavy. Only here in 2008 we got World at War, which did absolutely nothing to innovate. It decided to stay back in the World War II setting, give us the same tired guns that we've been using all those years, the M1 Garand, the M1911, the PPSH, the MP44. All those shitty guns, those shitty World War II guns we got in the single player, which was very broken on veteran, possibly the most infamously difficult campaign to play on veteran. I mean, if you don't know by now, it was a fucking nightmare to play on veteran back in the day to get platinum. Multiplayer, it carries over the same genius concept from COD 4, same perks, same leveling up system, and it also brought vehicles to the multiplayer maps. Only 2 of them were actually had vehicles in them. I think one was Roundhouse and the other one was some German village or some bullshit. But yeah, vehicles were hardly the focus. I think it was like hyped up to the ass back in the day that you could drive vehicles. But yeah, the only good thing I can say about World at War is that it brought zombies to the table, which was brilliant. I still love zombies to this day, and I would honestly rebuy World at War just to finish the campaign on Recruit, just to unlock zombies. Really, that's the only reason why I would even think of buying this game again. And for some reason, it's the game that's mostly hit heavy with hackers and multiplayer, which is pretty sad. I kind of enjoyed the multiplayer back then, but not really because of the weaponry. Many of them sucked ass, except the MP44, very OP gun. But yeah, World at War, pretty bad. At number 4, we have Modern Warfare 3, which unfortunately has, in my opinion, the most fun multiplayer aspects of any of these Call of Duties in this list. But this is the game where I felt that the series was starting to completely avoid any innovation just for the sake of earning a quick buck, deciding to do the completely opposite of innovating and just settling for nothing new, giving us the same weapons, the same damn graphics engine, same shitty single player. Well, not Modern Warfare 2 wasn't shitty. Black Ops definitely wasn't shitty, but this one kind of was. This first half in the campaign was so poorly presented. There was so much metal carnage with buildings and cars and tanks and planes exploding everywhere. And they tried to replicate that shock value level. I think that there was like this American family like in France. They were like recording for a home video, and then in the background you see that truck exploded right in front of them and they die. That kind of felt very cheap compared to No Russian, which was a much more serious and much more realistic approach to war. And this just felt kind of cheap. The second half admittedly does pick up with the backstory of Yuri, him being beside Makarov when the nuke in COD 4 blew up, and he was part of the gang that mauled down those poor travelers in the No Russian mission. And then when you take control of Price and Yuri is right beside you donning a Juggernaut suit, and you storm Makarov's hiding place, that was pretty cool. But yeah, it was very poorly presented, and the Spec Ops, I love Spec Ops in Modern Warfare 2, so much fun. Felt kind of broken in Modern Warfare 3, honestly. First off, there were less Spec Ops missions. There were only 48 stars to fully accomplish. In Modern Warfare 2, you had 69. Here you only had 48. And the rest of them were sold to you via map packs, which I didn't even buy a single map pack for Modern Warfare 3. And I probably never will. In the multiplayer side, many of the maps were kind of garbage because they had so many fucking interiors. Seatown in general had so many places that you can camp inside, which makes aerial kill streaks absolutely useless. The AC-130 and the Pred missile were so neutered and butchered. They had such a pathetic blast radius. It was ridiculous. It wasn't even worth the effort. You just go for like attack chopper, which was very shitty in itself too. The maps were not good. Seatown, Underground, Arcadian wasn't very good. Outpost, that snowy map that was so hard to fucking see, and everybody used marksman, so you got like sniped across the damn map all the damn time. The weapon sounds all sounded the same, which was very retarded. Every single gun in that game almost sounded the damn same. Very, very disappointing. And those enchantments, those proficiencies, were very cheap in my opinion. You could have just put more perks in, honestly. You could have had like an ACR with a silencer and a red dot. That was fucking insta-melt. Or you could have like impact on the G36C, insta-melt too. And you had some pretty shitty death streaks. The Dead Man's Hand was a mini portable goddamn hydrogen bomb. Had like an insane blast radius. And Scavenger doesn't even refill your lethals and tacticals, which makes you even carrying them futile. I would rather had more perks or more attachments for my guns than those things. So yeah, Modern Warfare 3, very disappointing, very bare minimum effort on behalf of Infinity Ward. Very disappointing game. At number 4 we have, number 3 I mean, we have Advanced Warfare. Which honestly kind of pains me because I did like this game a lot. The single player, in my opinion, had the best story of any of these Call of Duty games. It's way better than Ghosts, and Black Ops 3 for that matter. Infinitely better. You had Kevin Spacey, which is a dominant force in that game. Very good villain. Although very cliche. The facial captures were very fucking realistic. Very impressive. The graphics, beautiful. This is what a next-gen COD game should look like, you know? And at the time, we kinda needed something innovative because Ghosts brought nothing. Nothing. Black Ops 2 did, however, but that's a different story for a different video. Sorry. And I liked Advanced Warfare, although I do consider it one of the worst because the multiplayer is so fucking chaotic and so imbalanced, and it quickly became a pay-to-win game, basically, with the advanced supply drops and those fucking ridiculously overpowered variants. The Obsidian Steed, the Speakeasy, the Insanity, other fucking variants that were very, very good. And if you had them, it's game over. You had the best score in the game. And the fact that you can easily outmaneuver and you can get away from gunfights very easily made the thing even more infuriating. If I hit marker you like 4 times, you should be dead, not bunny hopping for your life to cover. And it doesn't help that some of these maps weren't very good, and honestly, if it had Titanfall sized maps that actually took advantage of this faster paced gameplay style in Advanced Warfare, then it would be fine. It wouldn't be as chaotic and people wouldn't camp as much because camping is not permitted in this game at all. If you camp, you are fucking out of luck, buddy, because you will be swarmed by like the whole fucking team. And if it had Titanfall sized maps, it would be better, but it doesn't. It has like small ass maps. Detroit, very fucking small. Some other maps are pretty small. I forget what the names are. And that's another thing. Many of the map names for this game aren't very memorable. I don't remember almost every single map in that game, except Detroit and maybe Skyrise, because that's a remake of a much better map, High Rise. But yeah, it became a pay-to-win game, very chaotic multiplayer, and I fucking hate it now that every single COD game feels the need that a horde mode based third option to play the game is the way to go. In Ghost we have Extinction, in this one we have Exo Survival, and then afterwards Exo Zombies. Give me fucking Spec Ops for Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 4, please. I'm sick of these horde mode based third wheel options to play as, and I want to play some Spec Ops and mini missions, please. I would love that very much from Infinity Ward and Modern Warfare 4 if that's the route that they take. So please, give me some Spec Ops. At number 2 is a game that I have just recently picked up for my birthday just to see how bad it really is. I picked it up for $8 at GameStop. I used the code. It was like $15 originally, but I bought it for $8. It is Ghosts. Yes, I do see what the hate is about. Single player first, though. It is just about the most cliched, stupid, boring, and so 80s action movie-esque, ridiculous levels of clichéness, if that's even a word, that I have ever seen in a campaign. You have the dad that says, "Oh, you boys are all I have left." You have the villain that goes rogue, the buddy that goes rogue for some fucking reason. You have an AC-130 mission or a chopper gunner mission. You have a stealth mission. You have a mission where you jump onto a chopper. You have no customizable classes, as in Black Ops 2. You have no different decisions to make. And it's so painfully cliche and so unoriginal. It sucks. And I, for one, need to have hit markers in my campaigns from now on. It just makes me feel it. It assures me that I am actually hitting these enemies, and I'm not hitting the wall around them. And on the multiplayer side, it's garbage. Almost all of these maps are garbage. The only ones that I like by far are Sovereign, Octane, and Warhawk. The rest of them are garbage. I always try to skip them. Oh, also Prison Break. That's a pretty good map too. They are so big. They are battlefield-sized maps, and you don't want that in a COD game unless you have the right amount of players on the map. If it was a 12v12, then it would be fine. These maps would be great. But it's 6v6, and Ground War is only 9v9. 18 players total. If it was like Battlefield, which is like 12v12 or even 64 players, these maps would be great. They would be fun. They would be fast-paced and great. But rarely have I played a team deathmatch, because that's all I can play now, that goes above the limit, above 75, or usually games end because the time runs out. That's pretty bad. So yeah, I can definitely see why. Oh, and the health. The health is so ridiculously low. Your guard dog has more health than the player. That's pretty fucked up, man. The kill streaks are not too good too. I like the Helo pilot. It's a nerfed down chopper gunner, but I like it still. The guard dog is pretty good, but the battle hind is not too good. It's like a neutered version of the Halo, if you could say that. But yes, Ghost definitely deserves to be on this list as one of the worst games, period. Oh, what's this? Ghosts is a number 1? Yes, that's right. Ghosts is a number 1. Hence the top 5 worst Call of Duty games. Whereas these previous 4 games actually function in the single player and multiplayer. The controls are smooth as butter. The graphics are pretty decent for some of them, especially Advanced Warfare. Those are great. This next one, Black Ops Declassified, does nothing right, and that's a cop in the background. But yes, the Black Ops Declassified. I played this game at my cousin's house. He told me, "Hey, cuz, you want to play some Black Ops?" Like, yeah, sure, why not? So he whips out his PS Vita and starts playing this game called Black Ops Declassified, which I had no idea it even existed. Okay. He gave it to me to play a little bit, and it's absolute garbage. The campaign can be completed in probably like 2 hours. They are so fucking short. Each mission is only 5 minutes long, tops. If that is if you don't die by the stupid AI that have ridiculously pixel perfect laser accuracy. The missions consist nothing of go to here, watch this cutscene of a slow-mo breach, kill the same identical looking enemy, plant this bomb, go to this checkpoint, kill some more enemies, and you're done. That's fucking it. It's ridiculously stupid. And the multiplayer isn't much better at all either. It's only 4v4, whatever you're playing. I think there's kill confirmed, team deathmatch, free for all, and some other game modes. And there's only like 8 maps, or probably less or more. But they are so stupidly designed. They are so small, even for 4v4, which is such a fail. It has the worst spawns, no kill cam. Oh, and by the way, in the campaign, if you die, you restart the whole thing over again, because there is no checkpoints. There isn't a checkpoint system in this game. So if you die, you are fucking out of luck, buddies. You start the same fucking mission from the start over again. That fucking sucks. In the multiplayer, there is no kill cam for some reason. Terrible spawns. Wonky graphics, that wonky gameplay that reminds me of Resident Evil, the classic one. Not Resident Evil 4, but the tank control like Resident Evil 1. It's so sluggish to move in this game. It's so difficult to even aim at people. At least they tried to make it look like a premium Call of Duty game with the UI when you choose your class and your perks. At least that looks kind of fine. But this game is such garbage. Maybe it would be passable for like little kids to play on the go for long road trips. But you can buy Killzone Mercenary, which is leagues better than this piece of shit. It looks better, it plays better, and has an actually decently fun multiplayer. My cousin also has a game too, and I prefer to play that over this. So yes, I firmly believe that by far, until Call of Duty's life cycle, that Black Ops Declassified is the worst COD game ever made. And there's my list, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Maybe I reasoned with you for World at War. Comment down below what you think of the video. And as always, I'd like to thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe.